Good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's live session at 9 p.m. on Friday night. And it is the very first session of the new year.
So wish you all a very happy New Year! Hey, that's amazing!
Really nice to connect you in the new year.
Absolutely. So every year we have a theme that we generally keep for the year.
Yes.
This year, the theme that we have kept is the best year ever. Now, what is your theme? We would want to know from each one of you. What's your theme that you have kept for this year?
So do you really plan something like this? Do you look at New Year as making it different, special from what you've been doing earlier? Or no, is what we would like to know. So please drop in your comments. Let us know what's your theme for the new year.
Yes.
Are you really excited? What do you do in the new year is what we would like to know from all of you.
So we are going to ensure that this year we are going to ensure that we are going to do something that we have never achieved. Let be in health, relation, finance, career, whichever area of your life, something that you have never achieved is what is best year ever. And that is what you need to focus on.
So which is the area that you would like to work on? Is it your career? That is going to be the best. Is it going to be a relationship? That's what you're going to focus on. Whatever it is, we would love to hear from you. All those who have joined the session live, what is that you're going to focus on this year to make 2023 the best year of your life?
Absolutely.
And for us, like you all know, that we come here every Friday at 9 p.m. to share something that is related to the topic,
how to ace your career.
So guys, this time we are back again in the new year, continuing our so-called way of life of coming here and being with you, spending that time, having a great quality time, getting your comments and feedback. I've had some lovely reviews from people who've been attending. There were my team members coordinating and talking to people on my connections, and they all were so happy that whatever we are sharing here for that half an hour is changing their life. And that is why today we decided that we'll talk on something which is very, very crucial. Because like you know, I'm Nutan, I'm a life and a career coach, and
I'm Dheeraj, and I'm a life, career and a business coach.
And together we form ND Life Coaching, where our primary focus is on mid-age. Mid-age means we are talking about 40, some people say 35 plus is mid-age, but 40 plus age, where you have 12 to 15 years of experience. What are the challenges people go through at that time and how to really work towards overcoming those challenges is what we focus on.
So generally, by and large, people in the age group of between 40 and 50 is what mid-career crisis they go through. And this is what we are now, talking about, the mid-career crisis.
So like I said, people generally in the age group of 40 to 50 years can reach a stage where they feel dissatisfied with what they're doing at work.
They lack the drive to go out and work with their all. When they return back home, feeling frustrated or upset. This becomes, like a pattern, like I told you last time also. At our age, we reach a stage where 20 doesn't want us and 60 we don't want to go. So it becomes an absolute stage of confusion. Then what do we do? And plus, we have 20 years of experience and now we don't know where do we stand. Are we in the senior top management? Are we in the low management? Where do we go? And that's why many a time we do get stuck because 20 years of experience have been there. And that is what, the reasons could be really different.
So if you're lacking the drive to go to work every single day.
Yes.
And give it your best. If you return back home frustrated and upset with yourself, and if this is becoming your daily routine, which means you're going through a mid-career crisis.
Yes.
Now the reasons for going through this crisis could be very different. One of them could be that you're not seeing any meaning or purpose in what you're doing.
Yes.
It's just the monetary benefit that has kept you on the job.
It's like, what are you good at? Like there's one quadrant, there are 4 quadrants we talk about, and I always talk about this quadrant. What is that you're good at but you don't love doing? Now when you reach to that stage, that's where the challenge comes. That you're very good in what you're doing, but you don't now love it, and now it's become very monotonous. And just because you get paid and that pays your bill, you keep doing it. Okay, there are so many people, they haven't been able to fulfill their aspirations. Their peers are doing much better than them, and that also leads to unhappiness because sometimes we get into the mode of comparison and we feel that, you know what, we both joined together, we both graduated together, we did masters together, and now after 20 years, this guy is here, I'm here. So that also gets a lot of unhappiness, and it takes away the joy of going to the office, it takes away the joy of doing what you're doing.
So that is the second reason. Probably you've not been able to fulfill your aspirations, and that only is not hurting. What is hurting is people around you, your peers have grown much more
Absolutely,
than
like
you.
that, you know, 3 idiots. खुद लास्ट है उसका बुरा नहीं लगता, बुरा तब लगता है when your best friend is come first. That's the time you feel more frustrated. That's what we're talking here.
Right. And then, of course, if you have not truly enjoyed what you're doing, your job is not aligned to your interest, your personality traits, or your values,
Yes.
then definitely you will feel this mid-career crisis. So why does this happen? Why do you go through this at this age? How does it really begin? Some reasons that I could identify while I've been coaching so many people over the decade is, one, generally, the career is based mainly on our educational background. Now, while choosing your education, if you've not made the right choice, probability of feeling the pinch of you're at the wrong place in your 40s is very, very
Yes.
high.
At the beginning stage of your career, the driving factor has been about more money, stability in the job, you want to buy a house, you want to buy a car, then what you enjoy or are passionate about. It doesn't really, you're not aware of it, okay? You don't focus there because you're so focused in a house, a car, travel, everything. Now, you know, many of us are not even aware that what am I passionate about? What drives me? It is all about just making money and taking care of your responsibilities, families, and we keep doing that. And then all of a sudden, at this juncture, after 20 years, when everything is settled, I'm stable financially, I'm secured my future, my responsibilities are taken care. Now I feel the pinch that I'm bored, I'm not enjoying this. That's what happens.
And the third reason that I could categorize is probably you were never focused on your career. You were just going there and meeting the basic requirements of your job,
Yes.
so that you're not thrown out. You're just not giving your best at all.
Very
You
true.
never push yourself to break your limitations, the barriers that come in when you're working, and you land up in a sorry stage in your 40s where you're not really able to make the ends meet. So any of these three reasons could be one of your reasons why you're going through the mid-career crisis. One, because you've not chose the right education and it's pinching you now. Second,
You were so involved and busy fulfilling responsibilities, having security to your family, and giving the best to them.
that you didn't really choose your career based on what you're truly passionate about,
Yes.
or probably you were not even aware at that age
Yes.
that what is your true passion. And finally, you did not really give in your best, you didn't break your barriers, so there is no personal growth. That is why it's becoming very stagnant in your career, and that is where you feel that you're at the wrong place at the wrong time.
At the same time, whatever may be the reason, 3, 4, 5, 1 or 2, the fact is, as you touch your 40s, you start getting clear about the things that you value. You have some idea about your passion, but the risk associated with it is very high. How can you let go all the years of experience? This thought starts eating you. I've been doing this for 20 years. How can I just give up and start something new? Though I love this, but this is taking care of everything. So you keep going 2 steps forward and then 2 steps backward, and that keeps happening. Then what do? You start discussing with your friends, your peers, and you take their opinions while a drink is going on or a chai is going on, and that in fact leads to ever more greater confusion as they are giving solution looking situation externally.
So, you know, the answers from your peers could be, oh, you're thinking of this, but are you aware what's the economic situation in the country? Oh, are you aware there are layoffs happening? Oh, are you aware that the current job that you are in, the company that you are in is the best. Why would you want to give up all this?
Are you out of your mind at this age? पागल है क्या? सब इतना बढ़िया. Like I remember when I left the job and I thought of starting my own business, my father said, "Are you out of your mind? We thought now you were going to retire from this company for the next 30 years, so you're done. And now all of a sudden you're saying that I want to leave. How can you do that?" So all the peers, all the family members, everybody is creating some more havoc in your thought process, and you don't know what to do.
And the best part is people who not only would be bad in their own career, or probably they're not working at all,
Yeah.
but they also they feel they are rightfully giving you a great opinion about what is the right thing to do in your career.
And this creates a lot of stressful situation for you.
So when you are stressed, by default, that stress is going to go on to people around you, right? The people who are with you, your family, your friends
Yes.
who are there, and unnecessarily it creates bad health situation. Now, this stage where there is a lot of confusion, there is stress, you're unhappy at work, you don't have the drive that you had earlier, you're not giving your best. This stage
You
is
know you
known as-
want to do this, but now because of whatever you've been doing for 20 years, you feel I should continue this. All this stress is known as mid-career crisis.
So if you're clear that this is what is mid-career crisis and you have become aware of that, let me tell you one thing. It's not you alone.
Yes.
So many of us during this phase between the 40 to the 50, it could happen in the beginning, it could happen in mid-40s, it could happen towards
The end of 40.
yes, towards your 50s. Some people even go through it later. I know people at 52 reaching out to us asking that they want to do much better in their career, what they have not done in entire 25, 30 years of their career. So this definitely would become a patch. So it's not something unusual that you're going through. But what you do about it really decides whether at the fag end of your career you're going to be happy or you're going to be sad. You'll have a lot of regrets.
Regrets. I think that's one thing. Like I'm talking to people of late, people in their 55s now. They're having a lot of regret that they worked for 32 years and now all of a sudden they're feeling that they could not doing anything great, and now they have left 3 to 5 years and they're completely lost, and there's a lot of regret. They keep, like when I talk to them, they start with, I wish. Like there's so much of wish word that comes out, and that should not happen, and that is why we're trying to do this.
So I believe that unhappiness, confusion is a great stage of life.
Yes.
You know why? Because it's the first signal from your inner self to you, asking you to make some changes in your life. And that is not only true in career, it also happens in relationship. You have been pulling the relationship for very long, it's itching, but you're there because you're saying that a known devil is better than an unknown devil.
Absolutely correct.
I have now been here, I don't know what is going to happen next, so why take that risk? Same thing is in your career front also. But believe me guys, I understand that change or unknown, the fear of unknown is very scary place to be in. So the brain keeps telling you to stay where you are,
Or
your comfort zone.
comfort zone.
And because you don't
Absolutely.
want to break your comfort zone, you reach out to people who will also be on your side. So I'll say, no, I wanted to, but my husband told me this is not the right thing to do. Or my wife told me this is not the right thing to do. My senior told me this is not the
Or
right
you know
thing
what
to
is
do.
the best thing? अरे सबके साथ यही हो रहा है, so it's common. तेरे साथ कुछ नया नहीं हो रहा है. Which means nothing new is happening with it. It's okay, chill. No need to think so much about it. We are all going through the same.
So whenever you feel this, that I want to make it happen, but I don't want to break my comfort zone,
Yes.
understand it is your brain which is coming in between you and your aspirations.
Yes.
And you have to take care of that brain. How to do it is what we're going to discuss. How do you make it a pleasurable journey? How do you work on the risks involved is what we are going to take you through.
In fact, actually what we're going to talk now is what you truly need. What is that you need at this stage of life? So there are a few things that with years of experience we put. The first thing, what we believe you need is clarity.
So what are some of your aspirations that you've been suppressing for so long in life? You know what beautiful example I always remember is Boman Irani, working in a very different field, taking care of responsibilities because financial requirements from the family were there. In his 40s, he thought about going ahead and exploring the passion of his life. And we all know it as a success story, right? such an amazing and a fab actor he is, and he's got known at this age, this juncture of his career. So, what are some of your aspirations which you have been suppressing because of various reasons? You would be going through a choice. The financial situations would have demanded that from you. In fact, I was talking to one of an amazing person today, a connect which I built on LinkedIn, and he was sharing that because of the situation, what he went through, he started working at a very early age from his school time, couldn't pursue studies further, had to start taking up responsibilities at home. So he started working after his graduation. But you know what? Today he has masters and all kind of certifications from every part of the world.
Yep.
That aspiration of him drove him that in his 30s he did his masters from one country. Then he went to UK, US, he's traveled. He's fulfilled his aspirations, and now in his 50s he's pursuing his PhD.
Yes.
So what are some of your aspirations that you've been suppressing for so long in life? That's first step of clarity. Second step is,
what is basically, have you ever listed down your strengths? Okay, what are your strengths? What are you really good at that nobody can challenge you? You need to work on it. What are the things that you truly value? Okay, so not the things that others around you value. What is that you value the most? What's been your passion? Something which when you do, you forget the world. And there's so much of energy that you're filled with when you do this. Like for example, cooking.
So there are some people, when they get into the kitchen, they're so frustrated, angry, they just want to wind off and they want to move out. But at the same time, we all would have experienced some people in our life who enjoy cooking.
Yes.
More the number of people, more the merrier for them. They'll cook variety of dishes, they'll serve you with heart, and
Yes.
they'll be so excited to see you enjoying what they have cooked. So cooking could be your passion.
Or it could be acting, that you feel that you have it in you and you're not able to, or it could be modeling, or it could be just simply helping others. Like the reason that we are in the coaching business profession, because both of us are passionate about one thing, that is helping others. And that's how we came to know about this wonderful profession called as life coaching.
Absolutely right.
Or it could be sales. Like, there's this client of mine, he is 50. Yesterday I had a session with him, and he's into IT, in the technical side, doing very good, very happy. He was in the US, came here, made a lot of money. And then I did a certain exercise that I do with my client, and when I did that exercise, it turned out that there are two things he loves. One, he loves connecting to people, and second, he loves building relationship with people, and third, he loves talking to people. And I said that, where did you see such people? Where do you find such people who are good in all these three? He said, that's sales. I said, yes, my dear friend, the best profession you can be into, sales. And we had a breakthrough yesterday itself, where he realized that I need to get into sales.
Another thing which is really very important is to define success.
Yes.
Success means different things for different people, and you cannot decide your success or failure based on other people's opinion.
Absolutely correct.
So what is the success as per you is what you need to be clear about. That's the first step when you're trying to work towards your mid-career crisis.
So that's clarity. Second, financial backup. Okay, like for our own example, when we decided that, we're going to start our own business, our own company, and leave the job, the first thing we worked out on the economics, on the backup, that, the expenses that are there to be taken care of on the household front, and what is the bare minimum that you can work on. You can't we didn't think about luxury or foreign travel, nothing. Food, clothing, education, and all the basic things were taken care. And then we ensured that 6 to 9 months or maximum 1 year, we have a backup. Once we created this backup, then we said, okay, now let's go out there and create what we want to do. And before that, you can also, till the time you don't create that financial backup, you can also work on certain certifications that you can do, certain courses that you can do, certain new steps and move you can take, certain new connects that you can form in the new thing that you want to do. These are the things you can work on.
So financial backup is basically because many people are really fearful of taking the next step,
Yes.
thinking about the economics at the home front.
Yes.
How will the house be managed? How will the school fees be paid? How will the EMIs be paid? That is why before thinking of making that shift, work on a financial backup for 6 to 9 months.
Yep.
It could be more than 9 months if you've decided to do certain certifications for your new career. There could be certain courses you want to do before you want to switch or make the shift in your career. So considering all that time frame, that could be different for everyone. If you're not spending any time on any courses, then generally it should be 6 to 9 months. The money which is required to run your family, your basic requirements of your life, if you have that financial backup, you're at the right place, you can take the next move.
Absolutely.
The other important, very, very crucial point
Yes.
before thinking of moving on is a very smooth exit from your current role. So whenever you're planning to make a switch, it could be a different job, it could be a new industry, it could be moving out from being an employee to going to an entrepreneur, whatever change that you're making or shifting to a completely different profession. Always remember, don't ever give up on the current job that you are. Lose connections before you're leaving.
I think, like my mentor always says, Tony Robbins says, today the world is not about just working, it's about networking. So all the people that you know that you work for so many years, ensure that your exit is very smooth, very happy, very cheerful, everybody's happy with you, so that whenever, even if you think of starting something of your own, you have people who can be resourceful to help you in your next venture. And you should be in a relationship that you can easily, whenever want, reach out to them. Let me give you a data here. As you know that 85% or more of the startups, they end up in the first year itself. And I have seen so many people, they go back to job. If you had a good exit, if you had maintained good relation with your boss and your current employer, then most of them, and I would say most of them, go back to their previous job and they have been hired again.
So, if you have had a smooth exit, maintained relations, there's one thing which happens with you. You have that confidence in the back of your mind that if something goes wrong, I can always go back to my people. When I've explained them my career aspirations and tell them that I'm wanting to try something new, and if I can't do it now, when will I do it? I'm taking a risk, but if things don't work out, I would want to come back.
Absolutely. I had told my boss that, I'm trying this for 1 year. He said, Dheeraj, it's going to be very difficult. I said, sir, I'm trying this for 1 year. And if this doesn't work for 1 year, then I'll see what I can do. He said, don't need to think about anything. Remember, this company knows this position is always there for you. And I'm always there for you. Now that built a huge amount of confidence for me to move ahead and achieve what I wanted to achieve.
Then the next is, of course, your trusted sources and the network of people like Dheeraj was talking. It's very, very important to start working on network before you make the move.
Yes.
So if you're thinking of some area, some passion that you have, what could be those people whom you should connect with is very, very important, which you're working simultaneously when you're thinking about this move
or this transit.
Yes.
Now, what is important here on this point is be very careful. Go to those people who are really interested in helping you, not those people who are going to put down, because that's not going to help. So that's the important point here.
Right. So I remember when we were talking to people, certain people, they didn't help you, but they criticized you for your decision. They told you how you were wrong. Now, because both of us were together, absolutely determined and focused, it didn't bother us.
Yes.
But if you're alone and you're taking this move and you have 10 people telling you that this is the wrong thing to do, your confidence has taken a dip.
Yes.
So reach out to people who are interested in helping you.
And fifth and most important point, this is very crucial. Please reach out to your family. You know why? Because they are the first people who are going to be implicated or who are going to be impacted with the decision of you doing something else. So please share your thoughts with them and please ask for their cooperation.
When you have a family behind you,
Oh,
the backup is amazing.
mind blowing.
And the conviction is very high because
Yes.
if anything goes wrong, the people are not going to hit back on you. They're going to support you, stand beside you. And that's really an amazing thing. You have no idea how children also stand up and say that they're not interested in luxury, but they would be more happy in seeing you fulfill your dream. And finally, I feel when you're taking such an important decision, which could affect not only your life, but the life of all those around you whom you love, then you need to have a coach.
Yes.
A coach who can help you identify your blind spots, your limited beliefs, your driving force, and most important, who believes in your unlimited potential.
And a coach who has already helped other people to take this journey successfully. A coach or a mentor. Believe me, it is a must. All these years we've been doing this, so we know, like, when I did this, I had my coach with me, and how he made things so smooth for us, though it was very challenging, but because time and again he was there with us, we could sail through, and today we are done sun when for men. That is why it's important that you go to a coach.
So the coach and you decide certain milestones in that first year, and he pushes you towards accomplishing those milestones.
Yes.
Step by step, when you're moving closer to your destination, by default, your conviction in yourself is really growing great. There's one more beautiful thing about the blind spot which I mentioned. The morning when I was looking at the mirror and I couldn't see something which was on my face, but when I put my specs, I could see it so beautifully clearly. That is the role that a coach plays in your life. You may not be able to see it because it's closer to you, but that person can see.
I'll give you an example. If you try to see things so close, you're going to see everything hazy. You're not going to see anything clear. But the coach is seeing things from top. He's being very objective. He's not emotionally involved, and that is why he can see things so clearly.
So if you take all these steps wisely,
yes,
then believe me, this will turn out to be the most beautiful opportunity for you, where you can reinvent the wheels. You can redesign your life based on your current life stage. And that redesign could be various. It could be meaning more work-life balance for some people. It could mean more freedom from the rat race that is there when you're competing with each other in the corporate world. You can also choose the pace that you want to move ahead. It's not necessary, because when you're working with a team, you have to move ahead with the same speed. But when you're on your own, you can choose the path, the speed that you want to tread on the path. So it's an opportunity to really redesign your life.
Let me tell you one thing. People of our age who are in our 40s and 50s, for all of us, we are so used to working that I know, and medical science is going to keep us healthy till 100. Okay, that's so many new inventions happening. I know we will want to work till 80. I'm 100. At least I know that till the last day of my life, I'm going to work, because this is a mission. And same thing is for a lot of people that I've been speaking. All of them are calculating that, I'm going to work till 80. So which means even if you're 40, you have half the way. You're 50, you have 70% left. Now, what is the most amazing part of relooking and redefining and redesigning your life and career is that you can actually, in this whole process, lead to the purpose of your life. And like we founded a purpose of our life. And today we are living that life every single day. I can tell you, it is so fulfilling when we go to sleep. That today, again we had, 5 sessions she does, 5 sessions I do, and this free session and so many posts, we could help hundreds, and like one of our posts has gone almost viral, 40,000-50,000 people have read, and people are liked it. It feels so fulfilling. What beautiful that you've identified the purpose of your life, that you can live for the rest of your life.
So life is going to be amazing and fulfilling when you're able to identify and fulfill the purpose of your life.
Yes.
And that can only happen at this age. It cannot happen earlier. So believe me, guys, if you're going through a mid-career crisis, it is a right opportunity for you to reinvent that wheel. And that will also help you to have time to contribute in meaningful ways to the society, to your community. And don't you think it's such a beautiful life?
In fact, one of the book I was reading, and I was reading that most of the billionaires created their wealth from 45 to 65.
Yes.
Most of them, okay, from 45 to 65. So which means this is our time, guys. You all need to go out there and create something massive.
So if you have any inclination or a feeling towards wanting to reinvent the wheel, then don't hesitate. Just take the right steps so that you're able to lead a more meaningful, happy and fulfilled life. If you want to redesign your career, you're matured enough to understand what you want out of your life. That is this stage of your life.
Yes.
So don't hesitate. Go full out. Only be sure you're planning every step carefully, because that one decision is going to impact everyone in the family.
Yes.
So guys, all the very best for reinventing your life in this year 2023. redesign it.
and make it the best year
Oh,
ever.
absolutely right. So have an amazing year ahead. If you have any questions on redesigning your life, reinventing the wheel, please reach out to us. Drop it in the comment section, or you can directly message us. And I promise you, I'll be able to help you in making that transit. So all the very best.
And see you next Friday, 9 p.m. on how to ace your career. Thank you very much. Good night. God bless. See you.